Hi, I'm Stephan Esperanza Suzor. I'm from California, and I'm a musician and artist here at FEU starting in September 2020. So I'm studying at La Scola Contorum in the 5th arrondissement of Paris. I have been studying there since September, and I'm working with Patrice Holiner. He's the former musical director à l'École Polytechnique, and he's an orchestrator and pianist himself. I've been studying not only piano there, but I've also been studying music analysis and solfège as well. It really changes the way that you actually look at the piece when you're playing it, to have analyzed and understood sort of the construction of the piece and where it's going, you know, where there's tension in the piece and then when there's the détente, is what they say in French. It's been really interesting to have that perspective in playing it. I think about how, like, before when I played a certain piece, there was not the same knowledge that I feel like I have now that was influencing how I played it. I got this opportunity to do the score for a feature-length film that was going to be released this year. And so all of 2020 I've been working on this score for the film, mainly with Pro Tools, the application Pro Tools, and my keyboard. And unfortunately it's been postponed till next year because of the budget during COVID. So that's something that I'm very, very inspired by, is this kind of meeting point of film and music. And I was thinking how, like, yeah, film is something that I'm really passionate about already. I'd really just love watching film and creating film, and then I have music, and so when they come together it feels like this really, like, special place, just where it's like, it makes me really excited. And so actually, in the meantime, while this project has been postponed, I've decided to actually just make my own project. And so I'm working on a small experimental film that I'm also making the music for. And that's been a really interesting experience because I see how the film influences the music, and then the music influences the film, and so on and so forth. So it's like a process that I think a lot of people don't get to experience, because usually there's the people who do the music, and there's the people who do the film. But to kind of get to do both, it's like, I'll make the music and then I realize, oh, I wanna go take more footage because I'm inspired, and then it changes the music, and so it's been really interesting. A new influence that I'm under now is actually more classical music, like Mozart specifically and Bach. On a more larger scale, including the past, I have been really inspired by people who make music for film. I specifically think of Philip Glass, who made the music for The Hours, and I think of Alexandre Desplat, who's French. I love his music. He made the music for, like, Harry Potter, Grand Budapest Hotel, The Shape of Water. All of his music, I just really, I can really feel something, like on a level of feeling, I really feel something, and it's been really inspiring to watch films where he composes the music. My personal experience makes me think of traveling before I got here, letting myself trust my own instincts and not doing anything out of a should, and kind of trying to approach my life from a place of what feels right genuinely inside. I felt like that was so important for me, and I feel so grateful that my teacher at the time was encouraging of that and not saying that that was a bad idea. Of course, it's an amazing experience to be especially a musician or an artist here, because you have the experience of being in a hall with artists and musicians. And from my perspective of being a musician, I think it's really special because I'm so encouraged by the discipline that the other musicians have. And day to day, just even crossing them in the hall, I feel like I'm reminded that I'm not the only one who's doing this. Another thing I thought of is, like, just switching studios when I go down to the studio downstairs, switching studios with Lucy, who lives on the 4th floor. It's been a really nice experience because she will, like, help me with corrections and stuff, and then she'll play things for me. And I was just thinking how I would never have that experience if I were playing at home or at a church or at my school even.